3D Boxing here with the undefeated 9-0 super welterweight prospect, Alex Rincon. Ahead of tomorrow's fight on Golden Boys card here in Los Angeles. How you feeling and how did camp go?
Feel good, feel great, ready, on weight, I feel great. Training camp was amazing. I got great sparring. Shout out to Mike Allen, Miguel Hernandez, Mark Vasquez, Javon Marshall, that's pretty much all my sparring I've had. But shout out to everybody that's helped me out in camp. My coaches, Coach Clean, Coach Ramon, Big Ben, Uncle James, everyone that made this camp great. My brother as well being there alongside of me, my strength coach, Coach D. Shout out to everybody who helped me out.
Now you're 9-0. You haven't fought since August, right? Your last fight was August against Sanny Duversonne.
Yeah.
Pretty good opponent. What do you think of that performance?
I'm always hard on myself after my performances just because I always want to do better and be better.
Yeah.
But when I look back at the film, I did a lot of good things, but I'm still not satisfied with. I never get satisfied.
You weren't happy with it. That's a good opponent.
I was happy
okay.
when I looked at it, but mainly because, I said in multiple interviews that I was happy with the game plan and how disciplined I was to the game plan. That's what made that fight easier because I stuck to the game plan. He's a tough guy, tough, durable guy. He's usually heavier, so that's why he was so durable. He's a heavier guy.
Yeah.
But I made it look easy.
That's a good, durable opponent who's been in with tough guys. Who's fought good fighters tough. Yeah. Now you're fighting a Puerto Rican prospect tomorrow. What do you know about your contender? What do you know about your opponent tomorrow? I'm sorry. What do you know about your opponent tomorrow, and how did you prepare for him?
I just know he's a Puerto Rican dude. I've seen some of his fights, but it's nothing I've never seen before. I have a long amateur background. Been in the ring with a lot of great fighters, world champions, former world champions, and I have a great team behind me. So I know what he's bringing to the table. We got what's coming. He's got what's coming for him. So.
Now, the last time you fought on the same card as your brother, correct?
Yeah.
What's it like? Is it better? Is it different when you're training with your brother when you guys have the same fight date, or do you prefer not fighting on the same card?
I like training alongside him. Of course, it helps having him with me. We're pushing each other, especially when we're doing strength conditioning. We like having each other next to each other, try to beat each other on the reps, try to push each other, push one another. It's always that good, brother-friendly competition, but making each other better. But I also don't like fighting on the same card just because I like to just focus on me and fight, and then that's it. And then whenever it comes to his night, we can focus on him. He fights, and that's it. Because usually when we fight, it's like who fights first to get it over with? Okay, now it's your turn. It's a lot going on in one night, but I just like having it one at a time.
You guys motivate each other. You push each other. Now, he's an undefeated junior welterweight, 140 pounder. He'll be fighting April 9th in San Antonio. So I want to ask you, tomorrow, assuming you win tomorrow, I know we don't look past any opponent, but you'll be 10-0. So, assuming you win tomorrow, you'll be 10-0. I know we don't look past any opponent, you got a live opponent in there, but what do you want next? When do you want to be fighting elite level, world-class fighters? Because you're getting close now. 10-0, you're really starting to move up. You've caught attention of a lot of boxing insiders. When do you want to be fighting those world-class opponents?
Whenever my man says I'm ready. Again, I tell people a lot, I do my part, I do the fighting. I completely, wholeheartedly trust my manager and my team. So whenever, those fights come, we're taking them. So, we're going to just handle this job tomorrow. We're going to go out there and perform in my fashion. Now we're going to handle this business.
I want to ask you, your weight class, 154, is about to have one champion, have all the belts. They tried it once before, ended in a draw. Who do you like in the rematch, Castano or Charlo?
I'm real biased on a point of who I like as a person. What I'm saying, who you are and what you stand for and how you represent yourself. Castano seems like a great guy. I saw that he was out there with Virgil in camp, and he just like a good dude. But also he won. I feel like a lot of people thought he won that first fight. To me, he won that first fight too.
I thought he.
I thought he took
it out.
So I'm rooting for him. Also Latino. He's a Latino, so push for him.
Do you look at? You have obviously a lot of respect for him, but he's a 154 pounder. Yeah. You're a 154 pounder. You look at him as a possible future opponent.
Absolutely. When people always ask, a lot of people ask that typical question, what champion would you fight right now? It's like, dude, the belts. Everyone, you can lose a belt one day, you can do something stupid and lose a belt. So I'm like, hey, look, when that time comes, I'll fight who the champion is, whatever. But yeah, definitely, watch these fighters knowing that that's a potential, opponent. So.
I want to ask you an off-topic question, just switching topics real quick. I know you're a big Mavericks fan.
Yeah.
The Mavericks been playing really well.
Yeah,
Are they a better team without Porzingis? With Dinwiddie, are they a better team now
I
than
think
with?
hell yeah. my man is back there. He's with the DC whatever. I don't even know. I don't even know their
Washington
name
and then
anymore.
the Wizards and
the
then
Wizards, so whatever.
He's with the Nets before that.
They call them Wizards because they need some type of magic to win. That's why. They've been playing great. I like Dinwiddie, man. He 2 buzzer beaters.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how certain players can fill in with a certain team, and they just mesh together. And we needed someone like that. And the fact that people try to double team Luka, especially in those games, clutch moments. They double team Luka, leave somebody open, and then Dinwiddie took care of business twice. Like, man, I love watching that. I love seeing that. Yeah.
Can they win the West? Can they get through the West this year?
I think they can do better than they did last year, actually, especially without Porzingis. Porzingis, I felt, was holding us back. Big guy, height-wise, but he never used his size. Never posted up. Whenever he would try to post up Reggie Jackson, or even Pat Beverly, like he wouldn't post these people up. He was just afraid to turn around and shoot. I think everyone's comfortable with what they have right now. So I think we can get further and do better.
Last thing I want to ask you about, well, you're not just a fighter, you're also a musician. Where can everyone find? It's pretty good too. He's not just a professional athlete who's trying to sing. It's actually pretty good. We just compare it to Drake. Is that kind of the same genre?
Yeah.
Where can they find your music?
You can find just Rincon on Apple Music, Spotify, on all streaming platforms. You can find me. So it's something that I actually I enjoy doing. It's very therapeutic for me. It's fun, and it's just something else I can do in my free time.
Last question I want to ask you. Fellow Dallas Texan fighting April 16th at Cowboy Stadium. Errol Spence and Ugas unifying 3 of the 147-pound belts. Who do you got and why?
Man, I really do see this fight being a 50-50 fight. I do think that Earl can pull this one off. Uga has such tools. I haven't seen Ugas fight a lot, really. I haven't really watched him fight before besides the Pacquiao fight. But he has the attributes, the physical attributes. He has the length. He has good speed. But Earl has that strength. He has the experience. Durable, honestly. I think Earl's might be able to pull this one off. But to me, it's still a 50-50 fight.
A lot of people giving Ugas a shot in that fight. Alex Rincon, undefeated super welterweight prospect. Tell them where they can find you on social media.
Alex Rincon 95 on Instagram and Twitter, and you can Alex Rincon on Facebook.
God bless you. Thank you.